I invite Dr. Pawan Singh, who is coming from the industry background. Dr. Pawan Singh is here with BVG Life Sciences, and he would be talking the other side of supplements, that is the product development and marketing aspects. Let's hear more from him and his team. I welcome him for this presentation.
I am on behalf of Dr. Pawan representing BVG Life Sciences, and I will present this work. As during earlier discussions, Dr. Hema, Ms. Smithal, and Dr. Tang give introduction about the nutraceuticals, what are nutraceuticals and what are their labeling factors or their requirement. They have explained very well about their use and their usefulness. But what about the evidence for those? How to develop a product? As Dr. Tang mentioned, that if a nutraceutical is labeled, it should contain nutritional value factors. It cannot be marketed as a treatment for any disease. And if we want to market it as a treatment or as a drug, then we have to take approval from FDA of respective countries. If we want to market nutraceuticals, we have to take a different pathway, different regulatory requirements are there. If we want to market it as a drug, then we have to take it as a drug and we have to take FDA permissions. This is a brief snapshot about BVG and BVG Life Sciences. BVG is a group of company which was started in 1997 and it formed BVG Life Sciences in 2014 with an aim provide medicines to each and every person who require medicines. So our R&D facility is working for DNA characterization, sequencing, and barcoding to fight or to identify the correct raw material to be used for drug or nutraceutical manufacturing. As Dr. Tang discussed that there is chances of adulteration. How to remove that adulteration from process plant. So we can we are making our products DNA barcoding. We are doing DNA barcoding of those products which we are using in our research and our products so that we have the authentic product or authentic raw material which we are using in our products. Scientific evaluation of drugs, plants, food, and nutraceuticals. Our R&D team is working on validation of these, every ingredient, every nutraceutical, every plant which we are trying to use or which we are using in our formulation. Then phytochemical fingerprinting and phytocompound isolation. As during discussion, it was that nutraceutical contain different components, whether it's polyphenol, whether it's flavonoids. To identify which components are there, we are doing fingerprinting profiling of all those raw material as well as our finished products. Then identification, process optimization for industrially important microbes, formulation and characterization of herbal preparation. Now the formulation and characterization of herbal formulation require different tasks, quality control, product development, which require different aspects, development of topical products, development of oral products in oral liquid or solid dosage form, followed by preclinical and clinical evaluation of the products, which is most important in current scenario. So our R&D facility is DSIR recognized from Government of India, and we have a pilot scale GMP approved plant from Maharashtra FDA. Our technical capabilities include the development of and evaluation of phytopharmaceuticals and cosmeceuticals, scientific evaluation method development for those products, then molecular and phytochemical fingerprinting studies using modern tools and technologies, standardization of plant-based therapeutic as per regulatory requirement. As we were discussing that nutraceuticals require approval from FSSAI, whereas herbal drugs or drugs require approval from FDA. So we are taking these two regulatory considerations in our mind and developing the products as per both the regulations. We are not following one regulation. Then herbal drug discovery based on innovative traditional knowledge. We all know that there are various traditional practitioners, various well-known formulas which we are using from our generations, which we in journal call Dadi Ma ke Nuskhe. But we are trying to evaluate those traditional knowledge methods scientifically and trying to validate them to use them as a medicine or as a nutraceutical. Then development of optimization of novel herbal medications. So our objective is to work, we select a plant, identify it, try to do extraction using different plant parts, different solvents, then followed by preliminary screening of plant extracts, which include in vitro efficacy, safety studies, and prioritization of extract, which extract is more safe and effective. So that we take it to next stages. Then we validate the extract, our isolated compound. Then we develop the formula by F&D team, whether we want to develop it as a liquid formulation or as a solid formulation, on which method the formulation will be stable, whether it is suitable for capsule, whether it's suitable for syrup-based formulation. Then we do animal studies to identify any toxic effects. Then we try to do animal studies for safety, then efficacy studies on different animal models. Then we do the clinical studies to establish safety and efficacy of the developed formulations as per registration, regulatory guidelines. These studies are to be done so that we can find the right dose. As Dr. Hema discussed, the reconstitution of product and the dose of the product is also important. So we do these studies to identify at which dose our formulation is safe or it is toxic. So we have a good team of qualified professionals with well-equipped facility, which is DSIR, ISO, and GMP approved. So this is a glimpse of our R&D facility. We have molecular biology lab, we have wet chemistry for extraction, phytochemistry, nanotechnology lab to develop the better novel formulations. Then herbal drug discovery lab, that plant fingerprinting to identify components present in formulation as well as raw material. Then food plant analysis, microbiology lab to carry out QC and antimicrobial activities of formulations. Then formulation development and wet lab with preclinical and cell biology lab to carry out in vitro safety and efficacy studies. These are some our recognition from DSIR and GMP approval. So this is a life cycle of product development. We take leads, do preliminary validation, then we do preclinical validation, we do clinical validation, we submit the product for FDA review, then we do post-marketing monitoring or post-marketing surveillance, that is phase 4 of clinical trial. We all follow this process to develop our products. Now I will share our one product. This is our current product range, which is in market, and we are in this year coming up with 30 more products. This is one example of clinical trial for one of our product, which is Shat Plus. We have carried out 2 different trials in COVID-19 patients for this product during COVID pandemic. So our product showed negative PCR negativity rate by day 10, 100% negativity as compared to 80% in standard care, which was significant at day 4, day 7, as well as day 10. Within day 7, we got the 96.7% recovery in COVID-19 patients. Now coming to that part of health improvement. If we are taking a syrup, which is increasing our immunity, how we can prove it? So this is a trend chart of IgG level during that study. Baseline, 4th day, 7th day, and 10th day. The Shat Plus treatment initially due to eradication of virus or activation of immune system, our IgG level was falling, but within 10 days that it was back to normal level. Whereas in standard control group, it was still decreasing. So it is initiating the IgG synthesis, formation and diverting the cells towards IgG generation, which helps in immunity generation and eradication of virus from the body. Similarly, C8 lymphocytes were also increased. CD8 lymphocytes were also increased during this study. So our product, Shat Plus, is acting as a immunomodulator. It is increasing IgG level and CD8. So this is our product. This is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antiviral. Apart from this, we have Cofoxy, breathe easier, breathe deeper, our cough syrup, Penament oil for joint pains, Frozrid for frozen shoulder, or in current situation of Zoom meeting or online work from home, stress on our shoulders or neck region. Then for cosmetic products, we have developed a hair oil, anti-acne gel, Acne Go, then anti-wrinkle cream, You've One another nutraceutical based product which we have developed is Can Help, which is being used as adjuvant for cancer therapy. And Herbatize, a herbal hand sanitizer. In the last, I would want to emphasize that we are looking for evidence-based medicine, but we need cooperation from medical fraternity to use such products and do more clinical trials so that we can generate more evidence for our traditional knowledge and traditional knowledge-based products. Thank you.